Welcome to Expert Viewpoints, real-life experience of no-code tools and development. Can you share limitations of using no-code tools in development?
So no-code tools are great for developers and non-developers. They give us a way to create things very easily. However, by trading off ease of use, you pretty much generally lose customization and flexibility. And that's probably one of the biggest things you lose with no-code solutions. And you can just find yourself stuck sometimes, that there just is nothing you can do. There is no way over that hill. So you just have to redo everything from scratch. Just a lack of customization and flexibility.
One of the main limitations of no-code tools is their lack of flexibility. They are designed to work within predefined templates and frameworks, which means when you hit a roadblock when trying to implement unique or unconventional functionalities and so on. Another limitation, in my opinion, is scalability. No-code tools often rely on predefined building blocks and predefined workflows. While this makes development faster, it can limit your ability to scale and handle large amounts of data or complex business logic. Additionally, debugging and troubleshooting can be more difficult with no-code tools. Lastly, no-code tools might limit your learning opportunities as a developer. If you solely rely on these tools, you might miss out on gaining a deeper understanding of programming concepts and best practices.
Oh, yes. No-code tools inevitably run into the problem that universally, no matter from I work with small nonprofit startups and WordPress sites to huge $5 million websites, every client ends up having some kind of customization. And no matter how well implemented these no-code tools are, they will inevitably try and force the user out of their own way of doing things and into using it their way. So it's a real challenge to find that balance where the client is expecting one thing, but the no-code tools say, no, this is the way we do it. And that's a tough one.
So first, it's really hard to create customizable applications or customized code using no-code editors. Because they will make it really simple, they sort of follow the lowest common denominator, which means they will give you, the button or the animation that 80% of people want to use, or designers or UX people want to use. And if you want to do anything outside of that, you have to get into code. Second, no-code solutions, generally speaking, have their own proprietary code underneath that helps them figure out the work that you're doing, right? So if you're developing a button or a form in a certain way, it would translate that into their own domain language or into their own domain specification instead of transferring or writing standard HTML and JavaScript. This is very common. And what happens is you get stuck or locked into a specific tool or vendor because of how they render your code, right? And to make any changes, etc., you have to use the same tooling again and again, and it won't give you the freedom of using just a text editor or something like that to edit the code.
Are there any use cases where no-code tools have been particularly effective?
No-code tools are actually fantastic in my opinion, and there's a lot of uses. Prototyping, building, just a simple app or a website or a POC, a proof of concept, great uses. If you're a non-developer and don't know how to write code, you can use a no-code solution to create something, tangible and usable. They're really wonderful in a lot of uses. So yes, there's many, many uses where no-code tools can be particularly effective.
Absolutely. So no-code tooling, as I said before, is really good for POCs, for demo kind of applications, or throwaway code or throwaway applications. So as a front-end engineer, if you've been asked to develop something quickly in order to test it out on the market, or if you're working on a feature that is the sole purpose of which is to demo an application to a potential customer, then I think no-code solutions really fill in that need really well. Because first, they're really fast. So getting that work done is quick. But secondly, you can have other people in the team who are not UX engineers or UI front-end designers to use that tool and create these demos.
Are actually awesome to really get things going fast. If you're willing to do things their way, you will get a ton done in a very short period of time, and it probably will be less buggy than if everything was done customization-wise.
One area where they really shine, the no-code tools, is in rapid prototyping. As a front-end developer, I know how time-consuming it can be to build a functional prototype from scratch. But with no-code tools, you can quickly drag and drop components, set up interactions, and get a working prototype up and running in no time. Another great use case is for building internal tools and automating workflows. So many businesses have unique processes that require custom software solutions. So no-code tools allow non-technical team members to create their own applications without having to rely on developers. This not only saves time and resources, but also empowers teams to be more self-sufficient. No-code tools are also valuable for building simple websites or landing pages. So if you need a basic outline presence or a temporary page for an event or promotion, you don't necessarily need to hire a developer. With no-code tools, you can choose from a variety of templates, customize them to fit your brand, and have a professional-looking website up and running in no time. Lastly, no-code tools are ideal for building MVPs, which is called minimum viable products. No-code tools allow you to create a basic version of your product without writing code, enabling you to gather feedback and iterate faster.